Hello, welcome to my Patreon update video. I set out to just record a new video to put on the main page, but I feel like the one that's there right now has so much foundational information about my background and what I'm trying to do in the world, which is essentially help people to move through their own shit as quickly as is possible and healthy for them so that we can get on with the work of figuring out what we're going to do with the world situation and how to create a sustainable, just, and life supporting society. No small goal. But I did want to do an update because it has been 2 years, and I think that when I went into the Patreon thing, I had some ideas about what was possible, but now I've gotten a better feel for like what it is I have to contribute here. And what you can contribute to me as well, right? So Patreon is awesome because it recognizes that creative people, creative folks, creators, visionary types have a lot to offer society. But it's hard for us to get our survival needs met doing the work that we do, especially when you take into consideration the fact that a lot of times if we do get compensated, it is for the like direct output and it's not for the time that goes into not just brainstorming and researching and coming up with the stuff we're going to share, but doing admin work, creating videos, creating graphics, creating content. So the thing I love the most about Patreon is that it gives me a way to get that kind of income, that kind of like predictable set income, but it also gives me a way to like interact with the people that I'm working with. It gives me a way to continue my goal of making my services accessible. And it gives me a way to support my passion, which is helping people use these tools in ways that are directly relevant to them. Um, and so the way that I have this set up is that the incentives are geared towards helping you to not necessarily become an astrologer yourself, but use things like astrology and depth psychology and tarot and some of the like mystical, magical ways of knowing the world in ways that are relevant for you and that help your own healing. And so to that end, I have several levels set up. Um, Sometimes people join and support me just because they know me and support my work and they don't necessarily want to be involved. But increasingly, I am finding people who want to learn and so opt in, whatever income level works for their income, um, and then participate from there. So I am in the coming year going to try and make this more practical than it is right now, more straightforward. So, you'll join, you'll get a welcome letter and a welcome video that kind of orient you to how things work around here in Amanda Land, what you can expect from the levels. Which go from $3 a month, which just includes the 25% off of all online classes, to $5 a month, which will give you new moon ritual guidance each and every month, to $10 a month, which is where the real active learning, I think, starts because it includes those things, but it also includes a full moon visualization. And those visualizations aren't just to help you, work with the energy of the full moon. But every time you do a visualization or a guided meditation, you are getting in closer connection with how your perceptions work. So, how you perceive the world. So, when we say visualization, a lot of people don't necessarily like visualize things concretely in their mind's eye. Visuals can come in the form of memory flashbacks or emotional content or, an ache in the shoulder, right? Images are multifaceted and multi-layered, and the more that you do work like this, the more you come into contact with how your perceptions work and the way that like your soul speaks to you. So $10 level gets that plus at least 6 webinars a year. As this Patreon expands, I'm better able to do like the research and preparation needed for those kinds of webinars. So you can expect more of that. $20 a month gets all of that plus direct email support from me. So it's not necessarily like online counseling. I'm not able to do a lot of interpretive work over email, but if you're learning about astrology, learning about yourself, and you want to like process out loud, or you have a question about your chart or timing, you're more than welcome to email me at that level. Plus, you get monthly astro circles in Seattle. Plus, you get a 60-minute session with me every 6 months. And so that itself, if you're kind of looking on like a payment plan for working in regular support from somebody who does healing work in the way that I do, that $20 level is really great for that. And then there's the $75 a month level, which gets you a one-on-one session with me every month. And in those sessions, we can talk about astrology, yeah, but we can talk about dreams and tarot and, tools for empaths and anything that comes up that, I have experience with and can help you with. So, yes, this whole Patreon thing that I have going on is geared towards kind of helping us all to shift into a better way of life, a better world, a better paradigm. Things that I have kind of like coming down the pike for me. There's lots brewing right now. I would really like to have the space and time in my life to do some kind of book writing. I have many ideas for that, but right now, honestly speaking, it's just not. There's a lot of my energy going into like creating enough money to get my basic needs met. So I think that as this keeps growing, I will have more bandwidth for that. I would like to create more art, more visual graphics on the computer and through collage. I am still thinking a lot about asteroid Lilith more than Black Moon Lilith, the place of primal sexuality and our primal natures and how that comes through in astrology, the place of evil in our society and how that comes through in psychology or astrology, and then really just doing a lot of work to bridge that there's a gap of knowledge with people who don't understand that astrology is a really robust and profound psychological language. And so I think that I will be doing more writing to help, just kind of like normal folks who don't have the whole astro language thing, to understand what the place of astrology is in modern society, which is not about predicting your future. It's about helping you to take your power back. So thanks for tuning in to this kind of lengthy addendum, and please email me if you have any questions. Thanks.